You just did it. You did it. I can't believe it. I'm so fucking proud of you.
I can't even pretend like this was anything good to watch. I can't pretend like it was normal to watch. That video was awkward. The mom, the staring at the daughter. I mean, you can see the the narcissistic mentality that this mother has. She's staring at the daughter. She's staring at the daughter, and she feels like the daughter, she's living vicariously through her daughter. I remember people used to say about pageant moms that they were living vicariously through their daughters, and maybe they were. Maybe I didn't realize it back then when I was a little girl and I wanted to be in the pageants. But I know with this situation, these women are very narcissistic, and they are definitely living through their daughters with this just for attention, which brings me to my next title of Munchausen by proxy, a term that is now trending on Twitter. Now, one thing about the pageant moms, even though they would put makeup and false teeth and eyelashes and all this stuff on their little girls, they weren't physically mutilating them or adding, injections that would ruin their lives forever. But let's get back to this situation with this mom. All right. And before we talk about it, before we go to the next clip, because there is a next clip of her and her daughter, and you're going to see exactly what I mean about Munchausen by proxy. I just want to say, hey guys, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for coming through. YouTube is messing with my numbers. I'm sorry to start off with that, but it is important that we like and subscribe because it gets the message out. It helps push us all past the algorithm. And I thank you guys for everything that you do. Okay. All right. Let's just go ahead and get into this topic.
Hola. He's excited to be here. Marshall, do you want to do a week 4 on testosterone, boys?
Week 4, the same.
How are you feeling?
The same.
Any effects? Anything changing?
Not really.
Yeah. Any high points? Any good things?
Not really.
Any bad points?
Not really.
Are we struggle busing a little bit with the injection?
We're going to stop here for a moment. Okay. We're going to look at this mother. Now, this mother is narcissism at its finest, which is why she exhibits this disease of Munchausen by proxy. This is not okay. So, of course, I can't clinically diagnose for liability reasons. That's not what I'm doing here on this YouTube. However, I am a psych nurse by trade. Okay, so I'm trained to look at these things and see the characteristics that jump out at me and call them out like they are. Borderline personality disorder, too. This is what we're seeing here. Now, this mother wants attention. She will do anything for attention. She is sacrificing her child for attention. This probably came from some upbringing where she didn't get enough love or hugs. Maybe she was touched, and so she doesn't know how to be enough on her own. So she needs validation from other people in order to survive and exist. The dopamine hits from the likes and the wonderful messages of bravery and stunning and all of that. They keep her going, they keep her thriving. Okay. And so she needs it more and more. It is like a drug for these people, and they will sacrifice their own children for it. Just like the crackhead who will sell, the family's television for a hit for $40 in a hit, right? It's the same thing with these people. This is why it is not a game. This is why it's not, something that this is why when I say Munchausen by proxy, it's not something as an excuse either, because by the way, in doing all of this, they know right from wrong. All right. Now, if we look at this mother's face, but she's looking in the camera. Her daughter is not looking in the camera. Her daughter does not want to be there. This is week 4. And what we're seeing is this mother is so focused on the camera. And I gotta give it up to sis. She is camera ready. Her high shadow looks great. Her eyebrows, her hair is perfectly parted in the middle. I don't know if she has some add-ins in there. She's camera ready. Her daughter is not camera ready. Her daughter probably, and who is now suffering from a bad case of borderline personality disorder, because all of a sudden now she thinks she's a boy. I'm not sure if mom gave her this thought, but still it's borderline personality disorder, because even if mom gave her the thought, she is lacking something in her where she didn't get enough love from her mother. So now she needs, she feels like she can connect with her. I can imagine this mother probably called her daughter fat growing up, or why can't you be like the other girls? Why can't you wear a dress like the other girls and all of that? And so when mom came with this idea, like, well, maybe you're a boy, this little girl, I mean, really, look at the mom. For her, she's probably like, looking at her like, I can never be like that. Like, I don't know how to do makeup. I'm not into that stuff. Like, it gives her anxiety and she'll feel like she can't rise to the occasion. In the meantime, she'll feel like she can't rise to the challenge while her mother's breaking her down. So now when her mom comes with this easy solution of, maybe you're a boy and maybe we could do this together. Well, now you got an adolescent who feels like she can't measure up to her mother or the other girls around her. Okay. Which are all, by the way, normal feelings, right? And now the mom wants to spend time with her and go get the shots and do all this stuff or whatever. And so now this little girl's like, yeah, maybe I'm a boy. But this is a big thing that she's jumping into, right? But anything to spend time with mom. This is where the abuse is terrible, right? It's really terrible. Now, also, we're on week 4. The daughter is pretty flat. She has a flat affect. There's a psych effect from what I'm objectively looking at. And yes, a little, of course, I'm being subjective too, but she's giving me characteristics of her emotions have gone a little flat. And that could be from the medication. People don't talk about this, right? Let's look at the rest of the video because, there's a moment she does perk up. Let's look at the rest of the video.
To like, it's the anxiety of doing it. Yeah. A little bit of a struggle bus. Don't want to talk about it. But you start school next week?
Yeah.
High school with testosterone, so you're gonna be like on an equal playing field with all the other like pubescent boys.
No, she's not. And she knows she's not. Okay. She is giving that face like, I mean, she's, trying to go with it, but she knows deep down it's like, this is gaslighting. This looks like a woman with a bad haircut, right? That's what she looks like. Okay. 4 weeks of testosterone has not all of a sudden made her look like some stud or some, even a prepubescent, whatever boy. It doesn't make her look like a male.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah. Things to look forward to with that? No. What's the one thing you are really looking forward to with your testosterone? Like the impacts?
Voice change and facial hair.
A very permanent change, voice change. She probably doesn't know. And they're so excited.
You want a studly beard like your dad? Yeah. You're gonna be so much hotter than him.
I think I'm gonna keep it like shorter, so not quite as big.
It's a shame. This little girl loves her father. The mom couldn't wait. You're gonna be so much hotter than him. By the way, that she said that. Mom is very much. It's all about her. She's abusive to everybody in that household. Why? While you're mutilating your child, would you berate your husband like that, or the father of her? Like that for millions to see on TikTok and Twitter and YouTube. Why? This is Gypsy Blanchard, who ended her mother, DEE Blanchard, the sick child who ended her mother. This child did not know how old she was. There's videos of this child in a car seat, and she's got to be like 4 years old. like it is. I don't mean to laugh, but it's like, yo, the insanity. You guys have to watch some of these documentaries. Dee Blanchard was a sick woman. There's rumors that she might have even ended her own mother. But here's the thing: the sickness of this disease is even more horrible. Is that they learn how to get attention in a way too that is very unhealthy. This girl, after a while, she knew something wasn't wrong with her. I mean, they were trying to say that she couldn't walk. That girl was walking just fine. I mean, everything. She ended up meeting some autistic boy on the internet, gave him a little cooter, right? And then made him and her mother. And he's serving more time in jail than her. All right. So the negativity breeds negativity, basically, right? Basically. Because now this girl, she doesn't have a healthy connection to people. She doesn't know how to deal with people. She's very dangerous too. I know she went to jail for a little bit. I'm not sure. I think she's gonna get out soon. But I personally think that they shouldn't rush to get her out. We don't know the amount of she has unhealthy connections to other people because she's never been taught healthy connections, right? So she does what she has to do. And people might look at Gypsy and say, oh, well, she's a victim. She's a victim. We need to victim support, and all that. Yeah, that's cool. But we also need to make sure that society is safe if they let her back out. She's very manipulative. She knows how to be manipulative. That was taught to her by her sick mother. But we cannot just look at her just as a victim. And I know she's in jail, and I will hear, well, she's doing her time. Okay, so I hope we're paying attention. Munchausen by proxy has taken a new face. I really don't think that there's as much of it going on as far as on the medical aspect when it comes like making the child have cancer. I don't think that there's as much of it anymore. Why would there be? Why do something that dangerous when you could just say that you have a trans kid and everybody will love you and praise you, and the dopamine hits will come flying in and will feed into your veins and keep you like a sick zombie in this situation. But don't be fooled. These people are sick and they need to be jailed. I see you guys at the next video. Bye.